Amputee Coalition is a nonprofit dedicated to supporting, educating, and advocating for people impacted by limb loss and limb difference. We're happy to have the president and CEO, Cass Isidro, with us to share more about the organization and what is happening this month for Limb Loss and Limb Difference Awareness Month. Cass, so glad to have you join us.
Thank you, Sasha, for this opportunity. We could not be more excited about Limb Loss and Limb Difference Awareness Month, because what happens is across the country, support groups and advocates are activating to raise awareness about those living with limb loss and limb difference, but also to provide information about our programs and services. So a really highlight time for us, and so happy to join in for share information.
Wonderful. Glad to have you here. So tell us a little bit more about the Amputee Coalition. What resources do you provide?
Sure thing. We are the only national nonprofit that sits in the space supporting those with limb loss and limb difference. So whether it's someone who's in the hospital and just underwent an amputation and us having a peer visitor join them so that someone living with limb loss or limb difference is the person they're talking to, or whether it's someone going through our website and finding a resource about their journey and what lies ahead. We also have support groups across the nation, so meeting weekly and virtually across states, joining and supporting each other so that people are connected with those who are also in the same circumstances, whether they're caregiver, family, friend, or whether they're the person living with limb loss or limb difference.
And I'm just curious, how many people are impacted by limb loss and limb difference?
We actually just released a new research study. It's called our prevalence study, where we benchmark that number because it's unfortunately not something that's tracked on a regular basis. So we had to do research to figure that out. And there are 5.6 million people living with limb loss and limb difference. And we add a plus onto that because our research only looked at those with insurance. So we know that the high number is much higher.
Wow, that's amazing. And what's going on this month as part of your awareness campaign?
Sure thing. We are really elevating stories and opportunities and connection to resource across the country. So you will see more stories on our social. We are releasing new resources, and we're also, elevating the conversation across the country. So there may be clinics, orthotics and prosthetic providers were having awareness days. There may be governor proclamations, mayoral proclamations, and it's all that celebration of community that thrives, but also trying to get the word out so that, anyone going through circumstances, going through an amputation from trauma or any other disease, or born with limb difference, has an opportunity to connect with resources that will impact their lives.
That sounds fantastic. Now, where can people go to learn more if they need resources or if they want to help out?
Sure thing. The first stop is really our website, and that's amputeecoalition.org. On there, you can find everything that's part of what we implement as the National Limb Loss Resource Center. That's where you connect directly to peer support groups, to resources, to all the numbers to call in, all those things. That's really the best place to stop.
Oh, that's fantastic. Cass, thank you so much for sharing this with us. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and we look forward to more hits on our website and people getting more information.